Carpenter here from One Giant Leap Australia Foundation, and today I would like to talk to you about an idea that has come from the Asia Herbin Space Program. We would like to create the Tulsi Project, and the Tulsi Project is about growing holy basil. Now, we know that holy basil was grown on board the space station at the same time the sweet basil was grown, and we'd like to engage with the whole Asia Pacific region in creating a program where we can link classes and schools together to do research just in their local community. So the idea would be that we get 6 classes or groups of students or even 6 schools, and we link them together with 6 other schools in other areas around the region. So for example, we would get 6 Australian schools, would be primary school and high school, making sure that we have a diverse range of people. And then what we would do, we would link those people, those groups up with 6 other countries. So one group could be linked up with New Zealand, another group could be linked up with Singapore, another group with Japan. So what we can do is expand out the excitement of growing seeds and growing plants in space across our region, so we could have a regional project happening. The cost of the project would be borne by each space agency or each country. We don't believe it will cost very much money. Our thoughts are with the planning that we would have the students grow holy basil from their country, so we do not need to transfer seeds across country, and then we would grow them in 2 separate mediums. So for example, we would grow a dozen seeds in potting mix and a dozen seeds using rock wool. So we have a draft guidebook on our website and our seedsinspace.com.au website. If you look up the Tulsi Project, there's some draft documents there. So the whole thing is around how do we increase the engagement of students and teachers in our whole region with space and agriculture and space farming, and understanding and helping with the research around the support of astronauts in space. One Giant Leap Australia Foundation would love to hear from you if you are interested in the Tulsi Project. It would not be a huge amount of financial support. It would be around supporting in other ways. So we would like to see each group or each country that gets involved, that they propose or deliver a teleconference to all the countries involved. So another example of that might be that the New Zealand Space Agency is involved in the project. So we have a presenter from New Zealand present to all the groups. And if the groups aren't unavailable at the time that we allocate to that teleconference, a recording will be made, and that will be made available on the webpage for the Tulsi Project, which you will find at seedsinspace.com.au and look for Tulsi Project. So we believe it's not a difficult project to undertake once we get started. We are very open to other suggestions. Maybe a university might like to come on board to look at all the data and the research that the students have done. We envisage that each school or each group would grow the plants in their own environment, and then we can look at the geographical features of where these plants are being grown, because just changing the environment in which and where the plants are could make a bit of a difference in the research that the students are doing. We are open to suggestions on what would work in your country as compared to our draft ideas that we have. So if you are interested in the Tulsi Project, we would like to hear from you. So could you please email me at jackie@onegiantleapaustralia.com, and in the subject heading put the Tulsi Project. So we'd like to get this underway as soon as possible. So let's set a deadline of February next year February 2023, at the end of February, that we will have the project up, starting to communicate with groups and having those groups started, because our school year has nearly finished here in the Southern Hemisphere. So it'd be great to get some preliminary work done over through the Christmas break, out the other side, so that we can get going next year. Now, we know that with all the time constraints that are going on, maybe we will not be starting to plant the seeds until the middle of the year. But let's make an aim for the end of February next year to have all the groups gathered together, that we have a coordinating group, and that we have a plan to move forward and finding out who's interested, what schools we will be communicating with, and also too, if anyone knows of some funding that we might be able to access, or we could apply as a whole regional community for funding to do with agriculture and space, I think it would be a great thing. And I'd like to see at this time next year that we actually put a preliminary report in about how great this project has been going and how diverse and inclusive and far-reaching that it is. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you. The Tulsi Project at seedsinspace.com.au. And don't forget, if you want to know more or you wish to communicate, Jackie at onegiantleapaustralia.com. Thank you, and I hope you're enjoying the conference.